Hello, and welcome to a rather interesting playthrough. We will be playing Fallout 76, a game that had a very rough launch, to be honest. In fact, it still hasn't fully gone to, I think, peak Fallout, but it is something I can play with my friends, and the story is surprisingly interesting. There's a few things you can do that other Fallout games don't really match, so... Oh dear, I almost forgot my lovely Pip-Boy. It is a Bethesda game. Ooh, it's Reclamation Day.
You have been tasked with nothing
So I'm not
than the rebuilding of America.
entirely sure how I'm gonna do this. Oh my god, shut up.
Just know that Vault-Tec is proud of you. I am proud of you. When you hear this, it means I've been gone for several hours.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello, Crutchley.
At last. Today is your I bet you're just
This is the old
excellent. The key.
Alright. You have nothing interesting to say.
Message repeats in 24
Wildlife
hours.
So we're gonna take some basic supplies. You really don't get much to start, if I'm being honest.
Medicine checklist. Radex, Radaway.
Yeah.
Got it?
I'll be covering things as we go, but for the most part,
But you'll soon
not
be faced
really.
with a distinct lack of power and shelter.
I'll explain everything as we go, but for now I just want to get out of the vault.
You, sir, possess the skills necessary to accomplish anything.
So I have gone ahead and made a character. You got a brief glimpse of him, but I really haven't decided what sort of personality we're gonna give him. I went for sort of a Western cowboy feel.
Goodbye. Aloha. Ciao. Arrivederci. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen.
But I think the thing that is going to be most fun is if we play as a bit of a psychopath. So we'll be choosing some fun. We're gonna start pretty Sorry, so our build is not quite ironed out yet. We are looking at a few different things. First of all, I want to play as a bad guy, which means I will be making decisions that will result in people not being too happy. I did not see this. So there are two things we need to discuss. One, I'm going to go ahead and... How do I look at myself? Where's bag here? Useless. I forget what the button is for that, but we're gonna go ahead and... God damn it, that didn't work. But we have a rather Western-looking face and body. We're going to be going for a bit of a charming villain, I believe. That should be quite fun. You are one ugly motherfucker. He does not look like the TV show one at all. But we will be... we have some very basic equipment that they start us with, but it is a wide open world. Down there you can see... God, there's so much to cover. I'm debating what kind of voice I want to give, because I will be role-playing, because I think it's fun for an MMO like this if you play a character. And I think I am going to be talking like this. Kind of a relaxed, but kind of menacing, almost looking down upon you. Sort of southern. So VATS is very different in this, as it does not slow time. And it gives you a percentage. Rather than letting you search each individual part of the body, it just kind of gives you a outline of the target and says go ahead and shoot upon them. And there are perks and stuff that will make that more powerful, but for now it's as simple as it highlights the target, gives you a better chance to hit them. But the game starts off pretty quiet. They did add the ghoul recently with the TV show in order to just got to work. Hey y'all. Hey Seth. How you doing today, huh? We are starting a new playthrough of Fallout 76 as a charming villainous character is essentially my goal. Right now, it's basically just a matter of getting out into the world and exploring. The beginning of the game starts off a little on the slow side, but when things pick up, they sure do pick up. You know what I mean. There's a surprising amount of story in this game. Lore, tidbits, whatnot. Anyways, because there's new stuff added, I am going to go ahead and talk with Mr. Walton Goggins. Or Goggins. Whatever his name is. The Ghoul. Coop.
Well, look at you. Fresh from the can and not a speck of dirt on you. Best watch your step around here. Figured you Balties weren't done cooking yet. Guess I was wrong. Already interrogated the last Balti to come out of that hole. Sounds like there's nothing down there for me, though. Saves me the trouble of breaking in.
Okay.
A lot more than you might expect.
There's people alive out here?
Depending on your definition of people. Best get comfortable with the idea. There's a lot of folks out there that might take advantage of your wide-eyed innocence. Present company included.
Well...
This brain ain't for picking.
What can you tell me about
Plenty of
this
locals
area?
around here to talk you off, I'm sure.
Where'd you come from, friend?
Slow down there, cowboy. Buy a fella dinner first. Let's just say I'm currently residing in Burning Springs. Across the river in what used to be Ohio.
Oh, skibbity riz. I know those words.
Well, that's the name the locals use these days. Burned clean away after the war. Not like here. Might have been an improvement.
I
Maybe
don't
it was
necessarily
bombs,
disagree.
maybe something else. Nothing but rock, sand, and poison dust now. An opportunity. If you got the stones for it. Got a half-assed town out there, though. Highway town. At least they've got a decent bar.
I think
But make it quick.
you don't actually have anything to talk about.
I couldn't agree.
It's
If you
interesting.
get out to Burning Spring.
So we're gonna go ahead and just head on down. Because we've got some locations to
Got to
see.
be a way in there.
I'm doing okay. I had a dental checkup in the morning, and then I spent
Vault-dweller?
4-ish hours
Hey there!
sorting my pile of bark, cutting stuff down, putting them away, etc. Sounds like you had a busy time, but not overall too taxing. Hello there.
Whoa, whoa. Just a friend here, not a threat.
So
Just
you
had some
claim?
questions for you. You came out of the vault, right? I thought it was empty. Wait, is the door still open?
What's your interest in Vault 76 anyway?
My partner and I need a way into that vault. We got a tip from the Wayward. Heard of the place? New bar down the road. So this guy told
Can't
us
say
that...
I have.
After you gave him the last of our caps?
And he said that inside that vault is the... You know, that's where the big one is. Our last chance to turn our lousy luck around. You know,
What are you guys
the thing
talking
that brought
about?
everyone back. The treasure.
I think you may have gotten some bad information there, friend.
But
I told you, Lacey. The guy was scamming us.
those were the last of our caps. No. Someone has to know something. We're just gonna stick it out until we find them.
Well, I just
Wonderful.
realized something very disappointing.
Thanks for answering some questions for us.
If I'm gonna be...
Seems only fair I return the favor. Anything we can answer for you?
Since I'm going to be streaming this, I don't believe that I am going to have the opportunity to listen to the radio, which is one of the more pleasant parts of this game. Wouldn't have a
They
spare
sent
weapon.
you out
would
here
you?
without a weapon? Be a quick trip trying to do this unarmed. Here.
Well, I'm surprised you handed that over so quickly and peacefully.
Watch yourself out there.
Thank you. Maybe you're alright. Maybe, I can let y'all go this time. I don't see much benefit in robbing them, especially if they're just willing to part with their materials like that. Let's see. Looting is very similar to other Fallout games, but it does not pause, and it lets you check the surrounding corpses as well, assuming that, you know, you got them all. When the game first started, it was actually just players. There were no NPCs, no dialogue. Well, actually, I take that back. There were no human NPCs like that you see walking around. Ooh. Okay. What is going on? They're just sneaking up on me today. Some rounds, Red X blood pack, some ammo. Nothing too exciting, just enough to get by. I'll see at what point we're able to get some more people playing with us, but for now it seems to be just us. And just so you have an idea of what exactly this is, I vaguely recall the tumultuous release this game had. Oh, for sure, it was not a good launch to say the least, but I would say it's not terrible. So we're going to go ahead and check out some of these locations. When it first launched, it was just a couple of weapons. The servers were not particularly well equipped for large player numbers. And the story was pretty bare bones, but now they've really gone and fleshed it out with a couple expansions, added NPCs. Overall, oh why, hello there, friend.
And serve. Protect and serve.
Well, you got a mighty fine saw there. I don't think I'm gonna be sticking around to see you put it to use. But this is our very first stop along the road. The old Lumbermill. Let's see what we can find around here. Colander, turpentine, 308 rounds. Always good to pick up ammo. Doesn't weigh anything. And, well, you need to shoot enemies, don't you? Seems like they were trying to release as little as possible to see how many people would still buy. Partly, I also think it was just a very vague idea they had, and they weren't really prepared to follow through. Especially when it was first announced, if you listen to old Toddy Boy speak, it seems like he has a lot of big ideas, but not a lot of, he doesn't seem to be able to tell us much about what's actually gonna be in it.
Now I know what the settlers are going through.
And we have just heard our very first
Trees are
person.
the enemy. Must eliminate trees.
Why, you... Trees are the enemy, you say? Funny that.
Which of those berries was edible again?
Well now. Blood packs, stems. All of these things you can kind of take. This is an interesting faction here, known as the Responders.
Hello there, stranger. Where'd you come ambling in from?
I don't trust these people quite yet, so we're gonna lie. I'm from the capital.
The big city, you say? Or what's left of it?
Yeah,
Dangerous place, that. You must be pretty capable to come all this way.
you could say that.
Oh, excuse me. Let me introduce myself. Name's Lane Platt. I'm with the Responders. We're a band of self-titled do-gooders around these parts. Appalachia's filling up fast, and we're trying to keep everyone hale and healthy and off each other's throats.
That right. You gooders. While I'm not quite a fan, I'm not looking to start a fight quite yet. We'll
I
play
like to
along.
think so. It gives me hope that we
It's a
can
no
one
go.
day right all the wrongs in this world. Now, there's a lot going on in this
Careful
neck
with
of the
that kind of
woods.
speech.
More than I can tackle myself. You got ferocious beasts roaming the forest, creepy cult moving into the caves, and all manner of people about ready to go to war with one another. All that is to say, I could use a hand, and I'd be willing to pay you for yours. What do you think?
I think that sounds like a mighty fine opportunity. I'll help for the right price.
I did say that you would be duly compensated. That much is only fair. Now, what business do I have for you today? The forest is a dangerous place. Not compared to other regions, mind you, but let's not lose sight of the facts. To make it safer for new settlements, we've been clearing out dangerous critters and using the meat to feed people in need. If you
Makes
go
sense.
retrieve the meat from our traps, I will happily compensate you.
Alright, so you're
I
doing
appreciate your help.
traps. Not a big fan of trapping myself. I prefer to hunt.
Why does everyone still squabble?
The old-fashioned way, but new world, new rules. When nature retakes this much, I suppose you can lean a little on the old ways. got a couple objectives now. Need to, oh, we got something going on here. A petrified corpse. Reminds me, I was also doing a bit of editing on Chapter 2 of my story. Had more details, just unstable larks he is. Interesting. Let's see what we got here. All of these things will be useful later on, but for now, I'm not really looking at setting up a base camp just yet. For now, I'm more just looking around, getting my bearings. Tinker's workbench, eh? For now, there doesn't seem to be anything too useful. We'll be setting up our base camp probably later today. It's quiet. Usually you get ambushed by about 30 ghouls around here. Oh. There's going to be a bit of a problem. Oh, so that's the button. Oh, there they are. Now there's something you might not be used to early on in Fallout. These aren't ghouls. These are a new enemy called the Scorched, and something to know about them is that they can in fact use weapons. Unlike ghouls which come at you and just smack you in the face, these bastards will come out of the woodwork and, well, beat you to death with the wood, so to speak. But if you know what you're doing, you can walk through them pretty easily. Right, I was going to... That is not what I wanted to do. Where is my... there's a menu. I want to see if there is a setting for streaming. So that I can... Oh, World Radios. We're going to turn that all the way down because... Unfortunately, while the music in this game is fantastic, I do believe that it is all copyrighted. So, in order to just nip that problem in the bud, we're gonna go ahead and just move along. We see that someone is inviting people to a party, but we're not gonna join just yet. We're still kind of getting our feet beneath us. Yeah, a lot of enemies tend to just kind of sneak up on you if you don't got an eye out for them. Which you'll notice that I do not, because good God, 88 miles per hour through this little town, 88 miles per hour on that little bridge area? Good Lord. Rip the radio? Yeah, it's unfortunate, but, you know, what can you do? Gunshots. Right. The Wayward. It's our first real location in the game. First quest, really. here is our first bit of story. We're going to go ahead and take everything here, and it says Overseer's Cache. The main story of this game kind of has you following the Overseer around. There's a couple different aspects. A hammer, a stash box, and a weapons workbench. Let's go ahead and see what we can make. God damn, I got a thick dummy. Old action pistol, hand pistol. Stranger, none of these are all too useful right now. But what you can do is modify already existing weapons. You can also break them down pretty simple. You can go ahead and get that, and you can see we get a whole slew of items. I'm going to get rid of this as well. Is there anything I can do for a 10mm? Standard short barrel, stub barrel? Nah. We haven't gotten much. The way that you get more sort of modifications that you can do is actually by scrapping items. So, like how we scrapped one pipe pistol, you'll notice that we now have a couple more ways to upgrade. But for now, we're going to save our materials. Let's go check out this area, the Wayward. Again, I'm still kind of working out the backstory for this character that I've made, Wyatt, but when I eventually get Ro and Figgy to join, I assume we can cause quite a bit of a kerfuffle around this town, so to speak. Let's see.
Lady, I will paint the walls with you if you don't tell me where Crane's treasure is right now!
Sweetheart, I think you must be sick. Because pointing a gun at me in my own bar.
He's with us!
I told you it was gonna end badly. Now, I'm hoping you're here to have a drink and play nice. I've had a gun pointed at me.
I'm sure
more
that'll
than
be
enough for
real
one day.
chaotic real quick. Well, I don't know what was going on here, but seems this gentleman was attempting to rob Duchess. And Mort over there, our good old buddy old pal, seems to be eyeing us up. After all, we don't know them quite yet, but they're not bad people. Now, Duchess, how goes it? Do you want to talk?
Huh. Well, not exactly the introduction to the Wayward I would have hoped for. Well, sorry about that, darling.
Oh,
First
please.
round's on me. Name's Duchess. There's something I could do for you.
I like a bit of excitement when I'm in new places. What was all that you said? Something about a treasure?
Your guess is as good as mine, sweetheart. He busted in here saying I needed to turn over the location of some fellow named Crane, who I guess I must have served at some point or another. Since then, a steady stream of miscreants has been making my life irritating. Not exactly good for a budding business.
Yeah, I can imagine not. Then again, you could always just loot the corpses. You looking for help dealing with these thugs?
Now that you mention it, I could use an extra pair of hands. See? That boy you put down. He's not the first of his crew to roll in here. But I want him to be the last. Normally, I'd send my people out to clean house, but my muscles run off, so I don't have the bodies to spare right now. But I'm willing to pay good money if you put an end to this for me. So, what do you say?
Goddamn motherfucking trains around here. You want me to kill them?
I don't care how you deal with them. Sweet talk, string up their leader by his ears. Hell, buy them all ice cream sandwiches. Whatever you can do to get them to stop harassing us is fine by me.
Now you're talking my language. Now, there are a few other things I need to know. First, how much you pay?
50 caps if you can get the job done.
50 caps for a life. Well, I'd say that they're worth more, but we both know that ain't true.
Only
You got a
seems
plan?
fair. The details, then. Now, each of these boys came in asking after Crane. I'm thinking we can make that work for us. How would you grab the attention of a bunch of single-minded thugs?
Probably tell them I know where they are. Mail invitations, maybe? Some my mom did for birthday parties. Though I guess no one came to those either. I don't know. A sign?
Bingo. Exactly what I'm thinking. Just give me one
It can't
second.
be that simple. You're joking. Okay, we're doing this. I guess we're...
I think I'll just... I just want you to know, architecture ain't exactly my forte.
Not exactly sure what your forte
Not
is.
half bad. So what I've chicken scratched together here for you is the schematic for one custom-made Crane Treasure Hunting Inc. sign. If I didn't butcher the plans too bad, it's got a little system built in that'll make sending out an advertisement and getting this gang's attention a snap.
Very
You
well.
just need to build it, use the tape it spits out to tell the world you're open for business, and then convince any punks that show up to tell you where their boss is hiding. They did teach you all how to build from schematics up in that vault of yours, didn't they?
They sure did.
That's the spirit.
Hey, if you need a refresher, good old Morty Mort can help you out.
What are you on about, Mordecai?
Hey, nah, I'm not bragging or anything, but I've got some tapes that cover that very subject.
Oh, Mort, not the tapes.
The tapes.
Well, you find yourself wanting a refresher?
The tapes.
Talk to Mort.
7
Of course, you're gonna need
days,
material.
Duchess.
So I should
7
have
days.
enough lying around to cover you there. Get
Right.
you together a little care package. Throw some rations in there too, so you don't starve on me. And so you know, you might have to break some of this scrap down for parts. But I can spot you some workbench materials too, since you're doing me such a big one. Who knows? Maybe you'll learn something while you do it.
Maybe so.
Now, you ready to get this show on the road?
Let's do this.
Hot dog. Be good to have those dolts off our back at long last. Just make sure, once you find out where they're hiding, that their leader gets the message. The wayward gets left alone. Oh, and on the topic of leaders, you know, one of my people found this tape. It's...
Very well. Oh my. That's interesting. That is a picture I took previously when I was working through making characters. Interesting that it'll be on here, which is a different character. Well, what do you say we go ahead and get started? This is the game's sort of a standout feature. Camp system. It lets you build a base just about anywhere. For some reason, it's not wanting me to place it right now. There we go. Cannot place it, overlaps an existing build area. Interesting. Here we are. We're gonna pretty much pack up and move this as soon as we're done. Yeah. And here we go. We got our
Broadcast tape issued. Please deposit data tape into any relay system terminal. Target marked.
Here we are. I was looking for it. I was concerned where our system of power was, but looks like we got it now. Now looking at this. Vectors. How in the world do I go about there we go. Controls are a little finicky. You gotta figure out how everything works. And I'm supposed to... We'll do luck for now. Ammo's useful, so of course we'll take that. Now, there's supposed to be a radio tower or something around here. We're gonna go find that. At least I hope there is. Craft weapon, not quite. Oh dear, it seems I built my base on the wrong side of the river. That's alright. For pretty cheap, you can move it around. But yeah, this is the lovely, oh hello, what do we have here? Lovely Appalachian climate of West Virginia, in case you didn't know.
I like the sound of that.
Hello, Brotherhood.
I have my eye on you.
Okay.
You looking to join up too?
Possibly.
I get a gun and a nice suit of power armor. You can sign me right up.
At least the ambient music is nice, since we miss out on the radio. That's true,
it takes.
very true. Ooh, stealth boy. Don't mind if I do. I don't know if we're going to be building stealth. Mostly I just want to... You friendly? I believe you are. Yes, you are. Wonderful.
up around here. Looting ain't easy when you have to force your way in. I could really use some bobby pins.
What's in it for me?
Look, I'm not unreasonable. You'll get your slice of the pie. Don't worry about that. As many as I can get my hands on.
Doesn't seem like much, but it's never broken on me.
Beggars can't be choosers.
You give me a hairbrush for a bobby pin? Well, I feel like I just about got robbed there. So. Now for the real reward. And look at that. Won't you just know it? Nice stim pack for our efforts. And all that cost us was 4 bullets. Now that's a hell of a deal if you ask me. Now, undoubtedly you're going to come across people in this wilderness that are saying things like, be your brother's keeper, or perhaps that we need to try and build a respectable future for mankind, but really there's only so much mankind can take. Okay, Mr. Murder Hobo. Whoa, I'm not exactly a murder hobo. I just know when it's more beneficial to take than to ask. I just come out here, we got some kind of a... Ooh, well, I wouldn't drink that if I were you. Why did that rat fly backwards like that? Welcome to a Bethesda game. The ragdolls just do not make sense. And the more you try and figure out why that happens, the less fun it's going to be for you.
That never seems to end.
Hello there, settler.
It's time to turn over a new leaf.
What you got going on?
To restore this land to glory. Foundation might be coming along, but we got a lot more work to do.
Let's get around here. Friend, I would ask why you have a human spine in a suitcase, but frankly, it's none of my business.
Oh, I'm all out of water.
You're out of water. That's a shame. I wouldn't recommend drinking from the pool, though, as I said. I don't believe he has anything of value on him, so no point wasting the ammo. There are a few locations we need to get to. We'll be keeping an eye on. Here we are. If I'm correct, this is the first sort of important town, so to speak. Flatwoods. We see here, honestly, probably one of the best factions in all of Fallout, the Responders. Let's go ahead and take a look at what they've got going on. Responders. The database is now locked. Only volunteers and responders may access it until things calm down again. This is only a precaution until this whole thing blows over and we get back to rebuilding this great country. I just updated with more information about supplies, so when we get back, we can start distributing resources to survivors that remain. Seems like Delbert and Kesha volunteered to stay behind and take care of the survivors. Dassa. Seems like puffballs were today's popular item at work. When aren't they, my friend?
Overseer's log, town of Flatwoods.
Oh, hello there,
My
darling.
God. There's no one here. The old tavern, the church, people were using them for shelter, but they're gone. Mutations we expected. But there's something else. A disease. I was attacked by... Well, it used to be a person. But it had these green, glowing lesions, and its voice. Angry. Tortured. We are one. One what? Whatever happened here is beyond anything we expected. And we expected a lot. Before they were wiped out, the survivors called themselves the Responders. Looks like they were made of firefighters, police, emergency medical staff. They even have an automated system to teach people about treating water, food, survival. I'm doing their tests, and you should too. I know it's even worse than we imagined, but someone's got to know where the missile silos are and how to secure them.
Oh.
The Responders are the best lead we have. This is the Overseer, signing off.
I was gonna say, I regret picking up that audio log because it was taking its sweet ass time to go through, but she did mention something very interesting there. She's looking for the location of missile silos and believes that the Responders are the best bet. Of course, it seems they were mostly wiped out. Not sure from what.
Hey, volunteer. If you need supplies, Bob's got you covered.
Let's see what you got,
It sure is great to see living human beings again.
Why, hello there, gorgeous. Fortunately, we do not have much, in terms of weapons on us, or ammunition, I guess, right now.
With smarts and a little luck, you'll do just fine out there.
Let's go ahead and make the little bit of pittance we can for now. But you see a weapon that I very much loved in a previous playthrough. Well, hello there. TikTok Daddy James. How are you this fine day, I guess you can't hear me. Some of the survivors have, gone a little crazy. They don't seem to realize what's going on around them. But that's alright. They're mostly harmless. You just let them go. He's shooting up a storm out there. Oh, well, this is quite nice. Let's go ahead and take that Nuka-Cola. Purified water, Rad-X. All these things are pretty useful.
Chloe's my pet. Or maybe I'm hers. Are you here for the responder training?
Doesn't sound like
That's a
trying
really
to
insensitive
save
thing to
any
say.
of them.
Those people risk their lives every day to help people survive. I think they were incredibly noble. And yes, as far as anyone knows, they were all killed when the Scorched attacked their base at Morgantown Airport. But that death wasn't a failure. It was a sacrifice, and a really heroic one if you ask me. They could have run, but they didn't. I guess you must not have been around when the responders were here. Or you'd know all of this. Wait a minute. Are you one of those people who was in Vault 76?
That I am. Except, I've never heard of it.
Never mind then. Maybe I'm not as good a judge of people as I thought.
Mind if I ask you something? What's with the responders?
I found it in one of the houses. It fits great, and it's really comfortable and pretty durable, too. I'd also be lying if I said it didn't have some sentimental value for me. I've admired the responders ever since I first heard about them. What they stood for, helping people no matter what. That was really important.
Yeah. Bleeding hearts and all that. And you can tell me about the area?
Yeah, there's a couple of places around here that qualify as interesting. At least to me. The Agricultural Research Center is infested with feral ghouls and homicidal robots. But you can find some good scrap in there if you're up to it. The New River Gorge Resort to the east is the same story. Maybe, minus the robots.
Thank you for your time. Hello there, Chloe.
Hi there.
You may not know it, but you just saved your owner. Well, they're trying to get me to do some kind of a... What area does 76 take place in? Why, Appalachia. It's West Virginia. For example, not there. Where is it? It's around here's Harper's Ferry. Yeah, Harper's Ferry is around here somewhere, which is, at least that's what I use to orientate myself, because I live kind of close to that location. So today we got a couple things going on. We are going to make our way to here, kill a few people, and then I'm going to try and make my way down to this location, known as the White Springs Resort. It is more or less the center of the map, and also where most things happen to be important, where most important things happen. Let's continue on our merry way, though. I don't want to take too long going over the details.
Hi there.
You could be hunting instead. Now, I'm going to be upfront about this. This game, I probably won't be streaming too often. If I do, it's because I'm doing a fun quest line or something akin to that. There's a lot of grinding and trying to make things work, but... Hello, TikTok Daddy James. Fucking weirdo. But as I was saying, I'm probably not going to show too much of the boring parts of this game. I just kind of wanted you to get an idea of what it looks like. But when I start doing some of the major quest lines down the road, you bet your sweet ass I'll be streaming those with some friends, seeing what we can do. I'm entering an event.
Warning! This
This is Neeraj Singh on an automated priority message. The Scorched Detection Rover unit has been damaged and requires repairs to bring the relay tower communications uplink back online. I repeat, the rover unit is damaged and requires immediate repairs. Please gather the necessary repair materials and proceed to the appropriate relay tower for immediate assistance. Analyzing data.
Interesting. It almost seems like these scorched fellers have some semblance of intelligence. Rather than simply running at things that move. Seems they were able to differentiate between us and our bot friend here. Oh, and you can see we are currently over encumbered. That's what happens when you carry too much stuff. We're going to go ahead and start. I actually cannot start scrapping right now. I need a workbench. So I have to do that momentarily. See, being over encumbered does not inhibit our movement, but we can expend our AP or action points to move. You can see that bar on the right going down. It's basically our stamina, which makes it a little problematic, but you can still move around as you need to. So there's some kind of workbench around here. I can start scrapping some supplies.
Restoring physical connections.
I'm not seeing one. Right now, we're simply going to have to make do with a low amount of stamina that we have. Right away, that's useful. Ah, shoot. Seems the rover was damaged. Well, let's go ahead and repair you. Player combat's now available. Now, the way perks work in this is you get a bunch of random ones. If photons aren't religious, then why do they have mass? Funny. I'm gonna go ahead and choose intelligence as well. Go ahead and throw first aid on. like how they're just shooting in the background, and I'm just gonna kind of continuing on. I'm in no rush, so to speak. There we go. We get just a bit of a XP and caps, but really not too much else to do, eh?
Message uploaded. Initiating broadcast pulse. Attention, all consumers. New business established. Please seek out Crane Treasure Hunting Incorporated to exchange goods and services. Initiate.
Well, now we've sent out a big old broadcast saying to come to our sign, our little store,
Broadcast complete.
our fake little hoopla. Oh dear, I got some interesting items there. I got myself a super sledge. Let me just go ahead and take a look at that real quick. I cannot equip it, but you can see it is a sledgehammer with a rocket on the back. Truly something special. My work does not recycle, so they do not break down boxes or squash soda cans. It annoys me so much. Yeah, it can get to you, but really, you just gotta not pay attention. Hoopla! Hoopla! Hoop gets hit with a brick. Sounds like a load of hoopla. Hello there, responder protectron.
Protect and serve.
You keep doing that, pal. I need to make my way over to... That is not the right location. Green County Lodge. Flatwoods. We want to make it up here. And we cannot fast travel because we are over encumbered. That is the risk of doing this. But thankfully, we can go ahead and deploy this anywhere. Hello?
Whoa. You're not Crane. What the hell's going on here?
Hold on one second. I'll be right with you, sir. First, I need to go ahead and transfer some items. Actually, we're going to go ahead and build ourselves a weapons workbench. Armor workbench, chemistry station, cooking station, power armor station, diggers, weapons workbench. Let's go ahead and make ourselves this. Damn, that was quick. Also funny that it's now night. The first one came like a moth drawn to the flame. Oh, they've got no idea. Really, I'm doing this just so that I can go ahead and scrap all of this junk. And a hatchet, we're going to go ahead and scrap that as well. Hatchet, don't need. Nocturnal board, I'm going to go ahead and scrap that. You see up in the top left, we're getting some new things. Standard stocks.
Take a hike. Oh, bud. Not here. Good luck with those guys.
Oh, that's not the right button. What I actually want to do is modify and see if we can add some cool things to our current weapons. Well. Seems I have an extra one here. Probably go ahead and turn this into, we're going to go ahead and start turning this into our first rifle. I say rifle, but really we are looking for turning this bad boy into more of a machine gun. But for now, that won't really be possible. We do get XP for making everything though, so might as well go ahead and start adding to it. Now then, where was I?
You Crane? This it? Thought you were some kind of big shot. So,
you look
rumor is
like some
you got
kind of
information
sexual
our
deviant.
boss wants. You tell me where this treasure is, and he's willing to leave you alone. Scout's honor.
We got a couple options. Now you tell me where your hideout is, or I'll turn you inside out. Look, I bet your name is Davy. Davy, you said you were going to help me kill this one, right? How about we trade? I'll tell you the treasure is if you tell me where your gang's camped. Oh, sure, but I want to join your crew. Now, where do I go to apply? Or, nah, I'd rather wear your scalp as a hat. I think it could be really funny if I do luck, but for now, yeah, you know what? Let's just go ahead and
Excuse me? How does this jerk know your name? You're working together.
What? No! Can't you see they're full of...
And so they have been convinced that they are on different sides. Well, that's alright. They have something for us anyway. Last spotted, the Wayward. Sex, male, build, middle, dangerous, allegedly not, but be careful. First person again to give up the location of this treasure gets a share of the overall take. And it seems like this was brought by the West Virginia Lumber Co. And it even has an address. Why? That's so nice of them. Making it nice and simple for me. Can I go ahead and favorite this? Fantastic. Now, where were we? I believe we had some people to take care of. Wow, those are some options, aren't they? There are some pretty entertaining ones down the road, too. And as you go, luck becomes funnier and funnier, I think, so I will be speccing into it. Aside from the fact that I think it's also just a pretty useful skill. Well, let's see. How you doing, Duchess?
Well, you don't look too worse for wear. You managed to figure out where those miscreants are hiding?
Oh, yeah. Duchess, bring me your finest flannel. I'm heading to West Virginia lumber.
Good to know. Then that's where their boss will be. You need to
Wait, West Virginia lumber? That is not right. You misheard them for sure.
And that's of concern. Why, exactly?
Was wandering up that way not too far back. The lumber company? That place was overrun with a bunch of those big green bastards. Mutants.
Oh.
You've seen those Frankensteins. If this gang was able to clean those things out of the mill, Duchess, these guys might be tougher than advertised.
You got any recommendations on how you'd proceed?
Well, I wouldn't go in guns blazing, unless you got some big guns. Could try and luck your way inside, maybe see if they want to talk to you. But there was this family I ran into up that way that I'm sure has had to deal with them already. There was also this, let's say, special scrapper who was making some pretty bold claims about his knowledge of the mill. Wouldn't be a bad idea to check in with either of them.
Tell me about this family.
You'll find them at Anchor Farm if these thugs haven't already run them off. But if they are still there, well, they probably managed to work something out with them. Hey, it couldn't hurt to find out what it was.
In the scrapper?
Found him living in the stalls at Tyler County Fairground. Guy kept claiming he knew the best way to run the mutants out of the mill. But listen, I couldn't get him to spill how. Probably have a better chance he'll share what he learned with someone who still has an entire face.
Unfortunate, but probably true. I think I got everything I need.
Because that's all I've got. If you haven't already explored up that way, the fastest route back would be via Vault 76 and trekking north from there. And take care of yourself, all right? You're doing us a big one here.
Very well. But we're actually going to put this on the back burner for now. Because we have been going for a little while. Actually, I might as well wrap up this storyline, right? Let's go talk to some bandits, why don't we? So they said the quickest way is to go ahead and head back to the vault and start traveling north. So we're going to do just that. Let's go ahead and get a move on. No reason to stick around. This may have been our home once, but it ain't nothing now. What's up? Figure just finished. Hey T-Rex, how are you? Currently playing a little bit of Fallout 76. I figured do a bit of a evil playthrough, and in the meantime wait for Figgy and Ro to have some free time, and maybe we can do some co-op stuff later. Are you gonna come out of there? Thank you, sir. Even better. I'm sorry to hear that. Also, sorry for the voice, but I've decided this is what I'm gonna be doing with this character. How am I? I'm doing quite well. I slept most of the day, but Figgy Paws playing Moria? That's wild. That is wild now that you mention it. But yeah, I slept most of the day, just kind of chilled. And then, you know, I decided that I wanted to pick up 76 and start playing through again. Because there's just
too many people around all the time. Oh, thought I heard someone creeping around.
Hello?
This place is too crowded for me. All I want to do is get out of this place, get my radio set up somewhere, and talk about the world. How it is now. You get me?
Good luck with that.
Huh? Why are you still standing here?
Now, I could probably try and shoot him, but that's going to be probably a bad idea. One of my dogs died this morning, so that kind of set the tone for the day. Yeah. I literally have just gone through that, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Figgy says, I accidentally unlocked a Tier 5 weapon. For frame of reference, I got to the area before the area you, me, and Ro are in. We are all currently trying to unlock Tier 4, so that's neat. Interesting. Is it the hammer Durin? Durin or after? Let's see. Seems like there's some things up that way. I'm gonna go ahead and crouch and check the map. First thing we're gonna come across is that farm. For now, we're gonna follow the road. Seems a bit safer, no? That being said, I can see how it flips around. Sorry to hear that, T-Rex. Indeed. No, it's a DLC Inkcraft weapon I just picked up all the stuff for. A tree greatsword. Alright, we're hitting again. Let's level up. Open pack? Yes, I will. New target, action boy, inspiration, gun runner. You hear about the man who sells dynamite? Business is booming. Thanks, Saf. Yeah. Attacks. Let's go ahead and we'll take one in endurance. Take less radiation. None of these are all that interesting. But for now, let's do that. What I'm really looking for, my favorite skill in this, funnily enough, is cannibalism. Something I typically don't play with in Fallout, but it's real fun in this. Farewell, Figgy. Now for sleep. You have yourself a good night. Also, you should probably start downloading 76 so we can play at some point. No rush, of course, but I think we could have some fun with it. Now then, got ourselves some kind of family. Is that what you're... Ooh. Forget whatever the hell I was just talking about. Is there a player here? friend? Someone here? Banjo Jam Associate. You got that right. Why, hello?
Plenty of unclaimed space up the road. Maybe you should give it a visit.
I get the feeling you're a little, hostile to outsiders. Understandable.
West Virginia no. Don't know anything about them. Now, I'd like you to leave.
Seems like we don't have enough of anything to really start talking.
I'm sure what I know.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and head out. We don't quite have the stats necessary to do that, so our options are a little limited right now, but as you go, you find more and more ways to deal with problems. You know, more than just shooting them. Although shooting them is pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie. It is my preferred method of problem solving in this game. Guns and bullets. That's diplomacy.
Always wanted to retire for something.
Oh, there, forager.
Listen, kiddo, the world's a cruel place. Pick up some family where you can. It helps.
All
I know, you're thinking, I've seen you before, right? You recognize this mug, don't you?
No. I don't know, maybe. Nope, not even slightly.
That's okay. You are pretty young. Oh, well.
Yeah, 6, 7, whatever. Weirdo. I don't see any particular reason to stick around or to kill him, so no reason to waste any more time. Any others? Just these two? 38 rounds and a bobby pin. Not bad. Not great, not terrible. But, we got ourselves a gang leader to go and find and exterminate. But yeah, today's been, kind of slow and steady. I haven't gotten back home, so my setup is still a little bit off. But at least the internet's stable, and I have my microphone with me, so it could always be worse. Ah, would you look at this? I indeed could have been married. Possibly. How you doing today, EJ? It's nice when you can get some peace and quiet. Yeah. I needed a little break from, the family. Funnily enough, because the dog had died, similar to what, T-Rex was going through. What in the world are you doing up there, pal? Let's see, how can I get up there? Anyone else? Yeah, I can hear you shuffling about. Come on, you maggot addicts. Life's in the gutter, but at least I've discovered Godot, so that's nice. Yeah. What's up, Jay? Thought I just saw a health bar for a minute there. And would you look at that? Ace F8. So yeah, it's an interesting choice to make the most common enemy in this game able to use guns. But it does mean there's a lot more ammo to go around. Sorry about you, doggo man. Well, I appreciate the sentiment, although obviously you had nothing to do with it, so don't let it bother you. Hello, Leibowitz.
Hey, you get the hell out of here! Oh, you're not one of those creeps. Well, you here to rob me?
Maybe.
Well, joke's on you. Don't got nothing.
I heard you were bragging about being able to run everyone out of the West Virginia lumber. How?
You talked to the well-done guy, huh? Well, yeah, I got a little trick up my sleeve. Could kill them all, if I wanted. But I'm not just giving it away. You gotta get me something.
Everybody wants something. What is it you want?
Island nearby's got a big nest in it. Bring me an egg? I'll give you what I got.
What am I stealing this egg from?
Something nasty enough that I don't want to do it? Up to you, though.
Well, I guess I better go get that egg, huh? Where is it? Collect an egg. Okay. Should be nice and simple, right? I mean, what's the worst that could happen? What kind of fucked up monstrosity is it gonna be? What do you mean? This is an early game, Seth. At worst, it's probably a wire lurk. Am I going the right way? Yes, I am. We're going to go ahead and put our weapon away so we can move a little bit faster. Alright, now let's see. It's just over there. Alright. Clear it's going to be a robotic secure chime with lore and stuff, Seth. It does feel that way sometimes, huh? Oh! Okay. Is it around? Hello? I think this whole Deathclaw situation was blown out of proportion. Let's say what I think it said, it sure did. Yeah. I'm sure it'll be fine. We just mosey up, take a couple things, and pepper. I'm just gonna eat that straight up. I am honestly very surprised that I am not being chased by anything right now. I was seeing if I could get its attention, but I don't even think it's there right now. I wonder if another player went by and killed it. It's possible. Don't worry, I'm sure it's Deathclaw as players. Like some nice housewives just acting out their wars. So one of y'all is a fake friend, because there's only 2 likes on the stream. Now, T-Rex, don't call attention to it. What does he want with a fucking Deathclaw egg? Well, according to Fallout lore, they make really good omelets. Which, you know, seems like a bad idea for several reasons. Yeah, to make an omelet. That's not a joke. There's an entire quest in Fallout 4 about, investigating the Salem Witch Museum because a group of mercenaries were being chased by something that went inside. So you look inside and sorry, just had to bullseye some scorched real quick. But you find out that they stole an egg from a Deathclaw without knowing. They were just told they have to transport an item. So the Deathclaw came chasing them all the way to the museum. Killed them one by one. You sent me to an island filled with Deathclaws. No, to be fair, he did not. I have a biology question I don't know if I want to know the answer to. Well, go ahead and ask.
Now you understand where I didn't want to go. So you got me my egg or not?
I got one.
Hello, that is a beauty. When you're hatched, you're gonna call me Papa. Here, those are mine into the bargain. Make the most of them.
Shoots it.
Back,
What the fuck?
Well, watch your step. Back, huh?
I can't. Fucking Bethesda. You were saying, Rex? As a reptile, I feel disgusted. I'd rather him eat it. Yeah. Although it's always funny when people try to raise wild animals and then the wild animals eat them because they're wild fucking animals. I was meaning for Seth to ask the question. Oh yeah. I'm sure he's not a Frontier fan, man. Maybe he just really likes... I was looking around in circles at the compass and I did not see that motherfucker until he hit me. This game's bullshit. Thank you, Todd. Anyways, real quick, because I noticed that we got some radiation poisoning. Seems like the kind of freak that would fuck a Deathclaw. Yeah, you know, there's quite a few people like that in the community, and I'd rather not engage with their kind. Now let's go talk to this gang leader. Seem to have found one way in. Hello? Everything all right?
Prepare for even more settlers moving in.
That's fair.
I'm so sick and tired of those thorn bushes.
What's wrong with thorn bushes? That's where you get the sweet berries from. Then again, in a radioactive wasteland, I suppose getting pricked by those suckers will probably turn you into some kind of zombie. So maybe it's best to avoid them. I was going to question how you would know if the egg was fertile or not without cracking it open, because if you want an omelet, you need an unfertilized egg, or one that hasn't developed. But he's he's crazy. Oh can almost guarantee that his little quest to tame the Death Claw is gonna end with it eating him. I think is near guaranteed. This game is very pretty. Even if, like, the vast majority of it is just open space, that's what West Virginia is. I'm curious what the incubation needs would be. More than that guy's got, I'm sure. Besides, as I said, a Death Claw was able to track down a group of mercenaries across the wastelands of the Commonwealth, so I don't think that guy's chances are too great. I'm gonna rather tame wild mutated humanoid lizards for family instead of marrying women. Amen, brother. Well, now we've got ourselves a little bit of a predicament here. I'll see what I mean in just a moment. Hello? Anybody here?
Yeah.
It's open.
You ain't supposed to be here.
My bad. I will admit I miss the old days when dudes were about brawn and women were about booty. Chat, what game should I play? Pokemon. Black and white.
It wants to play.
Oh, look at that. Suit of power armor. Hello? If I could, I totally would. That's how I feel, really. I miss my DS. Well, that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Previously, when I went through here, I was using a pump-action shotgun, which, first of all, very, very fun. Well. Let's see what we got here. Some grenades. I like. But, let's just say it was not as easy before. But I think with all the expansions and stuff, they're dumbing some of it down, making it a bit easier to get through for new players. I like a lot of things. Turok 2 was fun? I have not heard Turok in quite a while, if I'm being honest. Well, anyways, there should have been like 7 or 8 of those guys, but I guess I just kind of took them out quickly, or someone else did. But now that we're on the inside, players do not have access to this area because it's adapted to each individual player. Meaning,
Where they ain't supposed to be?
that we have more bandits. Anybody want a colander? Well, there we go. Duct tape's good, blowtorch good. A lot of these items, that's weird. Pipe wrench. Interesting. Let's go ahead and see what we can do with this new toy. Because previously when I played through, I was a big fan of the shotguns. Especially this one. This one feels real good to use. My pin box, metal chest piece. I'm not too concerned with armor right now, huh? Flip lighter's also good. We can get that for... Let's go ahead and take that. Alright, now let's move on with the important part. We're gonna go talk to the head honcho. The big dog of the area. Oh, well, damn. There we go. Fire axe, gold plate flip lights, pre-war money. Music in here is rather spooky and foreboding. It sure is. Don't worry. After I'm done, it'll just be the music.
No one's heard from Batter.
Suspect he finally managed to get himself killed. Batter was a long shot anyway. Always figured it'd take someone coloring with a full box of crayons to find us our prize.
Maybe so. Where is... Oh, I'm looking at food. I need a stim pack. All you're missing now is a face cam and shouting at every loud noise. God, I would never. I'm a big fan of horror games, but I would never blow up the reactions. That's just not my style. Oh no, I'm over encumbered now. Well, boys, seems we got ourselves a little situation here, huh? What can you offer me?
They're running a parade through here now? You want to tell me who the hell you are and what you want?
I want you to leave the Wayward alone.
Is that so?
You know what? Apparently diplomacy is already broken down, so we're just gonna...
Sure we will, kiddo.
Let's clap.
And that's why we bring a shotgun, ladies and gentlemen. Fan-fucking-tastic. In and out, real quick. No problems. War Crime Simulator. I gave him fair warning. It's a lot funny when the reactions are genuinely accidentally scaring people is rarely not funny. Yeah. But it has to be, like, genuine, you got him. On the other hand, if you've seen my what was it, Silent Hill F playthrough, I was much more relaxed through it, despite the fact it was my first time playing, because I very much enjoy spooky environments and stuff, especially ones complex like that have a lot to think about. Stabilized medium barrel, that's not a bad upgrade. Let me go ahead and get rid of that. Pipe pistol. Some of those got you good, yeah. Fire axe, I want to get rid of that. Honestly, I don't see much use for a hunting rifle for the time being, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. The fire axe is cool, but overall, I think I'd much rather have a shotgun on hand. Speaking of, why don't we see what we can do with this bad boy? Oh, wait a minute, this is an armorer's workbench. That's not at all what we need. We need a weapons workbench if we want to improve our scattergun we got here. Darn, I'm starting to think maybe I should invest in shotguns again, because they are really something. Especially since I got the cold shoulder. I really should go back and watch those, if not hear Doc get scared, but the game alone is, well worth it. No, I agree. The game is fantastic. It's my game of 2025. Especially, there's a moment where I get the third ending I get, where I see a boss for the first time, one of the end game bosses, and I lose my fucking mind. Not because I'm scared, but because I am jumping out of my seat, chomping at the bit to bite off a piece of his ass, take him out. Used oil can. Is there some kind of workbench around here I can use? I can scrap just about everything, but when it comes to modifying, I take my sweet ass time, huh? Tinker's workbench, fuse, unrefined powder. Well, nothing for it, I guess. We'll just have to carry on. Brewing station, huh? Weird. Chem station. Nothing back there. One quick look around again. No, 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 no. And then nothing down here. Yep, of course not. Oh, wait. Did you fall over at one point because you were so hyped or knocked a chair over? That is correct. I did, in fact, jump out of my chair and it fell over. God damn, I got a thick dumpy. Well, now, we could just turn it into a normal shotgun, huh? Let's go ahead and do that. True grip, we don't want that. We're trying to make a rifle, long barrel, muzzles. We could slap a suppressor on this bitch. Why would I ever do that? I ain't exactly one for being quiet when I could rather send a message. Know what I mean? Sometimes it's better to just let people know you mean business. Well, I say we've had a pretty successful, little walkabout. Hold on, I forgot to leave a message. I am quite dumb. Apparently the shooting the guy's head off was not enough. I need to do like a written one or something. Let's see. Oh, I like this style. Let's go ahead. Very nice. I like the red, although I'd prefer if it was a little more drippy. A little more, blood-like. But I think they'll get the message, either way. And they try to say I have issues with communicating with people. I feel I'm very direct. Antisocial? Well, I'm all about what's seen inside people's heads. Let's go ahead and head on back to, the Wayward. Person that paid us to take this little trip. Have a chat with them. See if we can't get a little bit of a reward going. Workbench that way. Very cool up here. Well, hello, Duchess.
You're back. You managed to get those punks out of our hair yet?
Yeah, but they are still in my hair. Giblets, mostly.
Well, that's good to hear. Though, judging by that look in your eye, I have exactly 0 follow-up questions on the method of your negotiations.
I think that's very wise.
But you did good. Shows maybe you could be trusted. Maybe.
For a price.
But there's still the issue of my missing muscle. They went out chasing some unsavory characters. Never came back. They're 2 of the tougher cookies I've met in my day. So them being gone this long means something happened. You track them down? Maybe I remember a thing or 2 about this Crane fella.
So you do know where Crane
Maybe.
is?
My age, memories get unreliable. But I bet you finding my people would help refresh it. 100 caps with your name on them sound about right?
There you go, now you're talking. This Crane thing I couldn't really care less about, but...
Well,
for 100 caps.
Missing person number 1's named Polly. Got a transmitter in her. You could track her with your little radio there. Missing person number 2 goes by Saul. Those 2 are closer than toes and bad stilettos. So if you find one, the other's likely close by. Find them for me, and I'll pay you for the privilege of getting to yell at them in person.
Yeah, I'll find
Appreciate
out what
it.
happened to him.
Polly's tracking frequency is 99.7. The once proud home of Appalachia's smooth jazz. I figured someone should get some use out of it. Find out what happened to him. If I need to find new people, I'd like to at least ensure I tried to do right by the old ones.
That's fair. But as you were saying, Jay, this feels very Skyrim. That's because it is very Skyrim. This game was made by Bethesda, the people that made Skyrim. Closer than toes and bad stilettos. Yeah, it's good. Sometimes I like to make up southern sayings, like, well, dip my balls in peanut butter and force feed me Oreos or something. And if you say it in a southern accent with enough confidence, people just kind of go, yep, that's something people say. They don't really ask any more questions. But yeah. This is made by Bethesda. They also make the Fallout games, as this is Fallout 76. It is, in fact, the MMO version. Multiplayer, massive, full of a lot of empty space, as per usual. But there are some things in it that make it sort of redeemable. Wait. 3, pump action, 8.68, 87.32. Let's see, what's eating up all our weight right now? Purified water, that'll do it. See if there's anything else we can drop instead, because purified water is, well, useful to say the least. There we go. Missiles will also get you weighing a bit more. We don't quite have a use for them right now, so we might as well drop them. 44 as well, don't really need. 38 we use for our... By the way, if you had to fight a planet-sized Cthulhu monster with nukes, would that entertain you at the slightest? Entertain me? My friend, that is Tuesday. I would do that in a heartbeat. Why? What'd you have in mind? And for what price? Anyways, as I said, we are not going to go too much longer, but there is something that we want to get to first, or rather, somewhere. And something interesting is you can actually fast travel to other players' camps. So we can actually get a bit closer to it. But we're going to go ahead and find basically the main hub area. The most important area in the game, really. Well, that escalated quickly. Quest started, responders reborn. Weird. Anyways, so we want to go the opposite way. Hello there, Texasville.
I love the smell of corpses in the morning.
So you can see, unlike the rest of the wasteland, this area is green. We got nice polished white stone. Why, this place is very different from what we've seen so far. You can also see that things are quite a bit higher level. So we will need to be a little bit careful here. What other options do we have? Licensed plumber, pipe weapons, break slower, pharmacist. Fallout 2278 looks like it was nuked yesterday. Fallout 76 looks like it's actually 2278. Yeah. Or 2281. What other ones do we have? Action Boy, Gorilla. You do 10% range damage to close enemies. Yeah. You plus 5 evade power while sprinting. Your run speed is increased by 10% when you have a ranged weapon equipped. Luck. About charisma. Bodyguards, happy camper. Hard bargain. None of those sound too interesting. What about perception? Bow before me? Bounty, sniper, concentrate fire, crack shot. Down range. Far enemies, pickpocket. What about strength? I'm not quite sure what I'm looking to make right now. What kind of build? For now, I'm going to put some more points into it. Anyways, that's enough of that. We got some places to explore. But yeah, this golf course, very lovely, very green and lush. And not only full of horrible things, but we have discovered the White Springs Golf Club. The White Springs Resort. I want to set a custom destination over that way. Before we finish for the night, I want to show you the main area of the game, or mainly where a lot of the story focuses. It's also where a lot of the shops are. A lot of players will run around this area as well. It's also the most frequent spot to get nuked. That's not a joke. Dropping a nuke at this location is very fun.
Good evening.
Why, good evening.
Considering all the places I could have ended up, I'm extremely confused.
Yeah, well, why don't we just go ahead and, You also have to realize that, no, I don't.
I think with all that tinkering Skippy does, that he'd have come up with something more medicinal.
I guess this is not the main entrance, so I'm gonna go over to that.
Sorry, I'm not much for conversation. We'll see how quick you
Now that that's settled, did Miss Rucker have any other requests I could help?
Here we are. So this is the entrance.
Specifically asked, but...
Oh, go on, dear. You know I'm thrilled to help if I can.
Well, she did mention needing some help with something for the clinic.
Ah, I see. Certainly.
And Sophie's starting her donation drive today.
The lovely Miss Wagner's charitable efforts, yes.
This is Orlando, our
and Esme's
genderless icon.
Kitchen she could use a hand with.
Well, I shall certainly see what I can do about that. I'm sure I can arrange some assistance in these matters.
Always make sure to boil your water before you drink it.
Shut up, little goody two-shoes. Anyways, I'm gonna need to decorate my character a bit more, but
That Skippy guy's a little crazy.
you can see this is where all the NPCs are, and now I'm going to head down to the important area, the White Spring Mall. Go ahead and show you guys why this is such an important location. Because normally you're walking around in the wilderness, but down here,
Let me know if anything needs to be tidied up.
you got chemists, you got people selling decorations.
All of our trophies were bagged by guests of the hotel.
These guys sell different armors and also some weapons, if I recall correctly, or at least schematics. Here's clothes, but not like armor, just clothes. Food, random assorted objects, guns. Got your ammo, got a couple things. Bone Club, that's what they used to call me back in middle school. After I beat a kid with his own bones. A lot of, here, let's go over to weapons so I can take a look at what they got. Glow-sighted. Right now, we're not seeing too much of what's actually in the game.
We have sabers, swords, muskets, rifles.
But trust me when I say there are quite a few toys to play with in this game. And this is a massive crafting area, so you don't have to really worry too much about anything, really. Ah, here's some more interesting stuff. Combat rifle, a laser pistol. Yeah. So you got all your usual staples of the Fallout series, plus some more, minus a few. So, yeah, I think that is where we are going to end for the night. We accomplished a little bit, but mostly it was just wandering around, getting a vibe for the game. When I pick it up next, it's probably going to be either working on some quest lines or playing with my friends, Figgy and Ro. But for now, this is Wyatt, or Dr. Rowson, playing as Wyatt, this unhinged weirdo of a man that I really need to get a new outfit for. Holy shit. He looks really stupid in his blue frickin' jumpsuit. But yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed playing. Please, if you're feeling up to it, like, comment, and subscribe. I don't want to push anyone to anything, but the only thing I will kind of insist upon is that you all take care of yourselves. Because if you're not, then who is? Y'all have a great night, yeah? Take care. Bye-bye.